My name is Richard Harp. I'm a general contractor building custom residential homes in the Central Arkansas area. My number one goal is kind of twofold. It's customer satisfaction during the process, but it's customer satisfaction after the sale, because that's where the source of our referrals come from, so that's very important to us. What Scott does is he makes a promise up front that he's going to work with the client, satisfy the client, explore what the client wants, and materialize that in his software and show you what your pool is going to look like. He'll get a feel for where the pool is going to go and get an idea of what you want to do with your pool, how you want to live with it, how you want to play with it, what you're expecting out of that pool. And then he shows you some ideas, shows you some designs, and probably the best part about dealing with Scott is he's so energetic and so creative. He just loves this process. So the design phase, is, I think, is probably Scott's favorite, and it's really where Scott and the customer come together to create their pool. Well, the construction phase is a little bit different phase. This is digging dirt. You can't really tell what's going on. Sometimes people get a little worried about, is it deep enough? Is it in the right place? Is it far enough from the home? Scott just refers you back to the software and shows you what it's going to look like, promises you that it's going to look like this or better, and so far he's been flawless in that. He's thrilled to have each and every client, and he's more than happy to come back years after the sale, take care of the small problems, handle your maintenance for you, refer you to someone that can help you with the areas that you can't do. He wants you to ultimately be happy with your pool. Scott designs his pools right. So if you want a water fountain like you see behind me, he doesn't overpump the water, upsize the motors, and send water all over the place. He makes sure his math is just right. He makes sure that the science is there. He properly sizes everything from the electrical size, the plumbing size, the water size. Everything that he does is done to the science, within the specs. He just does a great job of using all of the materials that he uses into a pool very efficiently. Well, Scott's there. He takes this seriously. This isn't a weekend or nighttime job from him. He takes it, sun up to sundown. If that's when it takes to meet with a client, he'll do it. He'll meet as many times as necessary. He goes for the sale. Ultimately, he's going to get you what you want in your budget, in your timeline, that still matches the house and does what you want to do. Not everybody wants to swim laps in their pool, and sometimes people need a couple different pools for different events. You might have a hot tub with the overflow, whatever floats your boat, if it will. He'll work with you on that till the end of time, and then when it comes time for him to do his thing, just get out of his way and let him work his magic, and you're going to be thrilled at the end. Well, if you want to have a pool that's going to do what you want it to do, whether or not you add the automation or the lighting or all the other trinkets that you can add to a pool, if you want it to work right and not have somebody always back over there tinkering with it or messing around with it, hire Scott. Scott uses the right technology. He sizes it properly. He locates it properly. He uses trades that have done this many times before. So as we're integrating more and more technology into our pools, he's not guessing or playing around about it. He knows what he's doing. He's done it several times, and ultimately that's going to take a headache out of your client. Well, Scott's a friend of mine. Scott was a friend of mine back before I was using him to build pools. He's still a friend of mine now that he's building my pools. I've used some other pool builders, and there's a lot of good pool builders out there. But Scott does such a good job of taking care of my customers that he makes my job easy. And I don't have to follow up on Scott, make sure Scott's where he said he was going to be when he said he's going to be. 9 times out of 10, I call him. He goes, waiting on you, where are you? So Scott is there, Scott is dependable, Scott's on time, and ultimately he does what he said he's going to do.